Are you guilty of can't tie knots, tie lots? G'day, I'm Johnny Cook Dawson from AussieQ Barbecue. Today I'm going to show you a super simple way to set up and tie down your tarp. As you can see, this one's pre-prepared. I've got AussieQ straps on this. This obviously gives a little bit of torque, but I'm going to show you if you don't have these. Right, so you're setting up a ridge line, you're setting up your Hootchie, your tarp, etc. in the middle. This knot is perfect for tying down to the peg, or if you're doing it on the ridge line, tie the other end of the tree. It's a Taughtline Hitch. Now I'm going to show you how. I'm going to go around the tree. I'm going to go over the main line, through the hole. Should look like that. Then you want to wrap it around the left-hand side, through the middle again, look like that. Grab the tail end, around the back, through the hole, cinch it up, and then you're going to dress off the knot. And what you should be left with, something like that. So from top to bottom, 3 pieces, the loop around, and then the tail out the side if you need to adjust. Now the beauty of this is, as you can see, you pull it forward, see that gets it loose, and all you have to do is, if you want to pull it back, and that will tighten it up. As you can see, friction knot holds on quite nicely. It's quite tight, and if, like I said, if you want to adjust it, you simply push forward or pull back. Absolutely perfect for cinching off to a peg or doing your ridge line. So old mate pointed out it's not a great video, so here's a recap under studio conditions. Now with your paracord over your tent peg, you want to go the short end over the long end, like so. Then from there, you're basically going to feed it through the guts, and you're going to pull it back to the left, wrap it around one more time on that left-hand side, slightly start to dress it off. You can see it makes it a little bit easier. Around the back, then punch it through itself like so, pull it to the right. Now, this is the point here where you're going to start to put pressure on from the little tail end, from the top, from the bottom. You're going to cinch it off, dress the knot off, because this is where you want it nice and tight. Otherwise, the friction knot won't work if you don't get that knot nice and tight. And as you can see, you can tighten and you can loosen. It's dead simple, perfect for the tent peg or the branch. My tip for the paracord, melt it with a lighter and then just press it on the end and it will seal it up. All right, just want to find a stick about as thick as your pinky, and you're going to have 4 of these per corner. With the stick, ideally you like a nice convex, sort of like a boat, so it's nice and smooth, so it doesn't put a lot of pressure on the tarp and cause rips, etc. Nice and smooth, free of burrs and burls. Right, so we've done the Taughtline Hitch again, so we've done it this time on the peg side, so we can adjust to the length as required. Now we're going to go back at the other end, and we're going to attach a toggle so you can quickly bug out, nice and easy to pack up. Right, so now we're going to do 2 stopper knots. This is so it prevents it going through the eyelet, and I'll show you how. Paracord over your finger. That's the first wrap, so it should look like an X. 1 more wrap, 3rd wrap. Now you can go an additional one depending on the size of your eyelet. Then basically, you just want to slide that off your finger with that tail end straight through the guts, like so, and then slowly start to dress a knot. You should have 3 pieces just like that. Now that is a stopper knot. So now the stopper knot under studio conditions. You're going to take about 10 centimeter or 4-inch bite, wrap it around your finger, showing the X once again, then the 3rd time. And you don't want to do it up too tight because it actually is pretty bloody hard to get off your finger because it's sort of like a noose. Then from there, slowly push it off your finger. Then you want to feed that short end straight through the guts like so. Grab it, and then this is where, when you're dressing the knot and pinching it in, you basically want to keep the 1, 2, 3 strands all in order as you're cinching it together, and this will produce a nice even stopper knot. As you can see, there's the 3 strands in sequential order. Undoing this type of stopper knot can be a bit of a prick sometimes, but I find the easiest way is basically just slide along that first loop and then slowly feed the short end through like so. And if it's really tight, you can grab your Leathermans, pull it out, use your teeth, something like that, and then basically just work your way down until all of those loops have been
loosen through that short end, and then you'll be able to use the rope as per usual. Now, you might find with that stopper knot that I originally showed, you might need it a little bit larger, a little bit longer. So it's just simply a matter of extending the amount of wraps around your finger from that first X that we did before. Exact same principles, but as you can see here, I have done 5 loops, still feeding it through the center. Just as important, pinching that end and then just dressing it off. So again, the loops stay in order as best as possible from one all the way through, and just working from the right to the left, slowly cinching it all together until you've got a nice tight stopper knot. You're ready to rock and roll.
Right, so you've now created that stopper knot. You're going to take a pinch 8 to 10 centimeters below that or above that when it's hanging. Push that loop through your eyelet. Should look like that. Grab said stick with the smooth side obviously facing down towards your tarp or your Hootchie. As you can see, this one's reinforced, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Then from there, tighten that up so the stopper knot's on the bottom like so that can't pull through now. Okay, so we've got the Taughtline hitch at the peg end. We've got the stopper knot with the toggle on the tarp end. Remember, we're going to cinch this up so the Taughtline hitch is going towards the tarp. As you can see, it's that simple. Now it's nice and tight, ready to go. You can adjust this, like I said. You could also put that AussieQ strap to give it a bit of flexibility, in particular if you're going to be in super windy conditions, because obviously you can run the risk of pulling out your peg or you can get damage to your tarp. Now the beauty of the toggle is it's super easy. You can bug out quickly, friction knot, a little bit of tension off, bang, drops. It's just that bloody simple. Yeah, so it'd be bloody appreciated if you bang us a follow, subscription, all that sort of good stuff. Completely up to you. If not, leave a comment in the old box below. I'm always keen to have a bit of a banter. Righto, cheers you legends. I hope you enjoyed this simple lesson in how to set up your tarp in terms of attaching it to the tarp or the Hootchie end. Then again on the peg end, also on the ridgeline. Just remember, Taughtline hitch on the tree end or the peg end, and then you do the double stopper knots with the toggle on your tarp end. Just remember to also have nice smooth sticks, convex if you can, in particular if you don't have a reinforced tarp.